Hi everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy. We are here for Tuesday 10 today. So for those of you not aware of Tuesday 10, it's where I take 10 things from this big batch of things that I keep of paper and whatnot from my stash, and we just keep making until we've made something from all of this. So what do I have today? I have this. This is from one of my Journal Together kits. It is like we have like a big foiled moon here. I had a lot of like foiled paper. Actually have scraps of it here on the floor I'm looking at that fell into my scrap bin. I've got more to use. So yeah, we'll use this piece of paper for something. This is actually a collage board. So that's the front, and I did collage the back of it as well with blank papers. I'm trying to keep a steady go of using these up, and I've been having lots of fun finding different ways to use collage boards. I've got this, which is an authentic vintage photo, the Harrison Studio, 92 Princess Street, Kingston, Ontario, and it's like a tin type. It's got that metallic ink to it. I found this inside of an old yearbook that I purchased. It was just in there inside a paper bag, so it's kind of a bonus find. This is a book page, Warner's Rust Proof Corsets, an ad from 1920 from the Warner Brothers Company. Will a corset stand it? You expect much of a corset. No fun having to wear corsets every day. No, thank you. This is, I don't remember whose digital this is, but this is like a digital kind of page of like fussy cut, things to fussy cut. This is a book page from this Japanese illustrated book. It's got this lovely castle on it. Trying to decide what to do with this. This is from Mitsumasa Anno. Lots of cool books that were published. It's kind of a nice little story. I would like to tell you a story about a bowl that you could probably only find today in a flea market. It's a hard wooden bowl of great width and depth, hollowed out from the trunk of a huge tree. I am told that it was once used for kneading dough in the making of bread. When I first saw the bowl and heard its story, I started to wonder about the woman who had made bread in it, about the man who had carved it, and about the woodcutter who had brought the wood from the forest. I even wondered about the tree itself. After all this wondering, what else could I do but buy the bowl? I wish you could see it. It is one of my most precious possessions. I believe that each one of us is born with the skill to distinguish handmade objects from those that are made by machine, and that we are also born with the ability to tell old from new. It goes against these instincts in all of us to make mass-produced objects look like handmade ones, or perhaps worse still, to make brand new things look old. Everything belongs to its own time and should age accordingly. Take this book, for instance. It was published in 1984, and for that year remains a new book, but then it starts to age. Make a note of the date you first looked at it, and then make a list of the things you have noticed in it. I would be very happy if you would come back to it after a period of time, make a new list of what you see, and then compare the two lists. I think you will be surprised at the difference in them. This book will not then be a new one, and who knows, it may well be found in a flea market one day. So I got this book in a thrift store, and I've been using, I got 3 or 4 of them, this Mitsumasa Anno books. I've been using them kind of gradually. I've been kind of hoarding this page though. And I'm trying to think about what I want to do with this page. In some ways, it sort of lends itself to just really want to be a folio, you know, in a book. And maybe that's what it should be. I might have to set this one aside, guys. I think it's kind of special, and I think it needs to just be in my basket of folio things. It probably ended up in Tuesday 10 sort of accidentally, because that's a special page for the right journal. But anyways, let's move on. I also have this. This is a children's book page of verses. I have a book page from a vintage bird book with these beautiful blue birds on this side, and then the crows and maybe magpies and ravens all on this side. This is from, I think, a book about Nova Scotia, different, like, buildings, architecture. And then this is just an old Reader's Digest kind of end paper. So, I think what I want to start with today is this. I just want to do something real simple with this because it's amazing on its own. And sometimes you just need to let things be amazing. So that's my plan. I'm going to just cut the white edges off here. Then I'm going to cut down the center here. And then okay. While I have the cutter, let's do the rest of the cutting I want to do. So for this, let me move my phone out of the way. I'm going to cut the top off of here and probably do like something with this, like make little punch outs or tabs or something. I'm just going to throw it off to the side for now. The reason why is there's a lot of white space above her and I don't want this to just be like, when I cut it, I wouldn't have wanted it to just be her because like that's kind of boring. We want there to be more interest in these. That's why we collage them. I don't want to lose that wild strawberry completely either. This is why I think some people prefer to cut these blindly so that they're not making decisions, but I actually like to make the decisions. I think I do both. I'm going to cut that in half. These are going to become pockets. I'm hoping today I can use some little snippet kind of things that I have. I've got too many little foddery type things hanging around. I guess because I'm always making that kind of stuff. As it turns out, it adds up. Okay. A couple journal card type shapes because I often do a lot of I kind of want to keep that together. Yeah, we're going to keep that together. And then let's make little pockets with these. Alrighty, I think that should be all that I need to cut with the cutter. Yeah, okay. That will free up some space, right? Okay. So let's just take that little stack of cut things and we'll set them over here. Now we'll focus on this for a little bit. I want to put some brown paper on the back of these. This one, you know what, maybe I won't for this one because it's got that nice stamp there. And this paper is absolutely thick enough to just stand on its own. But I want to turn these into tags. Like so. And I think what I would also like to do with this is a lovely little spine here that Mary Ellen gave me. I think I have well worn my my truth into everyone that I love book spine chunks. So we're gonna go in with this. This side. Oh, sometimes I feel like this thing is too big for my bitty bitty hands. My eeny beeny hands. I wish I had longer fingers. That would be great. But I got these little troll fingers that I can't I can't get my hand around this thing. Okay. Wait, there we go. Perfect. So that's just kind of whimsical and super cute and fun. Look how cute these girls are. Oh my gosh, love her glasses. So cute. Ugh. I can't stand it. All right, now these two though, I am gonna, I think, back with brown paper maybe. I I mean, they honestly don't even need it, though. I'm just trying to use that brown paper. Maybe let's just work with these as is, okay? I don't need to do the unnecessary. There's lots of things that can use brown paper. I don't know if I mentioned, and I think I mentioned in another video, how I had rescued, like as though it were a living thing, all this brown paper from a stroller box from my neighbor, because my neighbor got a stroller and it came in this giant box full of just reams of this paper, all crumpled up. So I was like, oh my Lord, I don't want to waste all that paper and see it go in the, in the bin. So I pulled it all out, and now I got to deal with it, obviously, which is okay, because I love brown paper. But like, it's currently hanging around on my floor, so I need to use it up. I love photos like this. I wish I could just get endless amounts of these big class photos. Oh, they're so good. Okay. Another eyelet. Gold this time. Okay. It was interesting though, listening to that story about the bowl that was, cut from a large tree. So it makes me think about, I have a couple of like antique butter bowls that I treasure absolutely in the same way. I currently have like one of them is massive and it's full of yarn. But like I started to really admire butter bowls, wooden butter bowls, when I was a heritage interpreter at a museum. They had this one really large butter bowl, and I used to just, every day I would walk by it, and there was something funny about it. I felt like it called to me. I was just like, oh, I really love that butter bowl. Like, why do I love this bowl so much? But I really just I like wood things to begin with. And, yeah, it was just really nice. So I ended up, I've had a couple decades already in my life, I would say, of being able to be like an antique and art collector, thrifter in small ways. Like I'm not buying like, things from Tiffany's or anything, but I've always been a collector. And so, yeah, over the years, I have bought a few nice little wooden butter bowls. Some of them are not so little. Some of them are quite large. I pick up beautiful handcrafted wood whenever I feel like it can serve a purpose in my home, because, these things are really precious. They're made from our trees, and also they're made with someone's hands, and it takes a lot of work to make wooden things. Like I recently, my husband and I were out thrifting one afternoon at our animal shelter thrift store, and he found a lovely, hand-pieced wooden cutting board. And like, I can never have enough cutting boards in my house. I don't know about you, but I always need like so many cutting boards because we do lots of cooking, and you got to have a clean cutting board for everything. So we picked that up, and that was nice. I'm trying to decide what I want to do today. I think I might go out, get some nice sunshine. It's sunny today as I'm filming this, and might do a little thrifting. My whole thrifting has changed so much though, is I'm not really buying, well, I'm trying not to buy books unless they're like, unicorn books. So yeah, it's changing, and I'm not buying fabric so much unless it's also like a unicorn. So yeah, I pass up a lot of things these days, which is a good thing, I think. It means that I've got enough stuff and I'm not going to clutter more stuff. Kind of like that there with Marie Antoinette. It's kind of cool. This doesn't need a lot to be nice, and I think I will use it. I feel really creatively inspired right now. Sometimes I think when you go through a period of feeling a little bit stressed out from something, in my case, it's mainly just been work, to be honest. It's been stressing me out. And world politics, of course. But I think when you go through a period of that and you have some reason to feel like a catharsis, I've had a couple of those this week, you come out better on the other side. And I feel like that's what's happening for me right now. Just kind of feeling a little bit of a boost, and that's nice. I hope the same is true for you. All right, I'm going to peel away this green here. I don't want it there. I like the one up there, but that one's kind of peely, and we don't want that. So that's cute. Now, let's see if I had some kind of a bit, because we want to try to use up some bits. So let's use this one, the Edison Mineral Cabinet. That's fun. And my ink. You know what I might use is one of my new inks. I did a video for my Patreon where I briefly spoke about these inks that I got. They're new. I haven't seen them before. Lisa Horton Crafts. They're metallic inks. I did like a smudge swatch somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's okay. So let's go ahead and use one of those on the edge of this. This is Love Struck. Do something a little different instead of brown. On the back as well. They go on really nice. Ink is very nice. Pretty, pretty. I also think they're like nice big ink pads. I'm kind of like, uh-oh, does this mean I'm going to have another stack of inks now? I've already got so many. I need to do some ink projects, although it's not like I want to use up my ink. Like you like to have a nice myriad of colors of ink in your stash. Okay, so this needs some kind of a, what's the word that I'm looking for? Focal point. And I've got all these little bits here. This, I think, is just so nice maybe on its own. I don't know that I really want to complicate that a whole lot, although it might look good on here. Maybe let's switch. Let's do this first. And then I'll feel like I can cut this here. Okay, but I'm kind of just making it a nice, slow, easy morning today, which is good. Not rushing out of the house or anything. So I like that on there, but I don't like that green paper back here. We'll see if we can peel it off. Every now and then, something that I have on my collage board, I'm just like, no thanks. Don't want you there anymore. So if I could just use this to kind of scrape it off. Up, up, up. Even if we just kind of distress it a little, I'll probably not dislike it so much. Just a little too bright, I think, for the image I'm going for here. Dump that off. Just had breakfast and we had eggs. My husband made some lovely over easy kind of perfectly cooked lovely eggs, but I wasn't really feeling like I wanted to eat a whole lot, so my dog just gave him a lovely egg and he was so happy. He looked very happy with his egg. Okay, I just want to give this a little bit of a lift, and then maybe also let's let's use a little ink. I'm trying to use like a few more of my mediums. I'm probably going to start doing a bit of mixed media. I know there's like, I think Carrie the crafter is doing mixed media March. But I'm not partaking in that. I don't have time to do the daily kind of video on that, but it is making me think a little bit about wanting to, like, you know, do some more mixed media. Actually, see if I can use my heat gun. I want to kind of blow that if I can. Worst case scenario is I can't, but it dries it. You know, it's funny, if I were trying to not blow my ink around, it would blow all over the place. But today, as I'm trying to do that blowing effect, of course, it's not going to go. It's going to stay put. Okay. That's all the drying I think I need for that. Art glitter glue. I have this earworm in my head. It's a Born Ruffians song, which is a really fun Canadian band with a really talented lead singer. He has a really unique and cool voice, which is also reminding me, for Patreon friends, I'm almost done our March creative playlist. I'm getting there. I just have a few more songs I need to add. I've been listening to a lot of new music lately, and it's been very nice. I try to stay on top of fun new music. Although I swear, social media has really made Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us my all the time earworm, because, like, you know, ever since the Super Bowl, everyone's been making so many, like, you know, memes and things with it. And I'm just like, oh gosh, this song will never leave my head now, which I'm kind of okay with because it's a great song, but still, I'm just like, wow. So yeah, I like that on there. I think it needs maybe a little bit of ink. Might use some of this oxide in weathered wood and just kind of smush around here on this. Okay, and we're just trying to kind of create layers of color and things, and then also use different inks. All right, and then I'm just going to spray that with a bit of coffee. And we'll just let it sit on its own for a little while and have a little time out so that the color can come off of there and blend with the oxide ink. So just set it there for a minute, not a long time. And then let's decide what's next. So I've got this. I feel like I want to make this a different shape. I want that better. And then maybe we will use one of the botanicals from here. And I'm going to kind of fussy cut this, but not super close. This is a tougher one to fussy cut. It's going to take a lot of time, but I don't want to spend doing so. So we're going to get creative here. All right, let's pick this back up again. Flip it, smush it down. Just let that book page soak up that coffee a little. Pick it back up, and then that is what I'm looking for. So let's dry it off. There we go. Then to just add a little interest to this, I think I'm going to go like chop on the corner. Yeah, that's fun. So I've been watching a few random videos of people doing the 100-day project. And I don't know, I'm not going to do the 100-day project myself, at least not right now. I'm too busy. I think it's like such a commitment. I'm not sure if it's healthy or not. Like, I think a lot of people get a creative boost out of it, but then I often find I watch them and I worry, like, if people are getting burned out. So here's my thought process if you're doing the 100-day challenge and you start to feel like, why did I do this? You're allowed to change it up, you know. You're allowed to do, like, 2 videos a week or a video a week, or, you know, like, do 100 days in the year. They don't all have to be together. Don't exhaust and burn yourself out, because if you start to feel a little burned out, I see this with a lot of folks on YouTube. You can kind of detect that they're tired. Some of them will even, you know, talk about it, but like, I think they're driven to keep going, and it doesn't work out very well. One sec. I'm gonna grab a couple things that I've got hanging around here. Yeah, so like I kind of worry about people who I see do a 100-day project, and I feel like it can be a lot. Oh, look at this. That's fun. A little bit of this paper. Hanging around on my floor. This was part of the stroller paper. This here, and then this here, and then I want this bit of fabric also on here. I'm going to just do a little stitchy break so I can stitch around this and stitch it onto here, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I have stitched all that on. I just did a couple of circles around here and then stitched around. So now I just want to cover up the stitching on the back. I'll do that with a bit of glue stick. Move all this out of the way here. Glue it down on that brown paper. So yeah, I think I might go out in a little bit and I'll go to an antique store or something, or go down to the water, or maybe both, who knows. Let's have kind of a fun day out with the kiddos. Right, so that's done, and then I will do another round of stitching on that at the end to just secure all the edges down onto that paper. But we are ready to move on. Oh no, wait, I was going to do something else with this. That's right, I wanted to put this little snippet on here, so I'm going to do that. Trying to use some little snippets today, remember? We got to remind me of that as we go. There. Okay. Maybe next I will do something with this. Now, this is kind of like on its own, just a nice piece of stationery, and I may just turn it into that, to be honest. Like it's a fun piece from my Journal Together kit. So I have a couple options. I could make 2 pieces of ephemera with it. We could fold it, shorten it, add a person maybe to it. Actually, that might be kind of fun. We could use like a Tim Holtz person. Sorry, I really gotta reach here. Let me see, I need a bigger one. Big and standing up. Well, these folks are cute. I always like them. Yeah, let's use them maybe. What else do we have? Hello, magnets. We have a boy and his dog. Maybe a boy and his dog would be cute in that. Yeah. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is just shorten down the overall paper size a little bit. And then I'm going to fold it, and then I'm going to tear again to even out the bottom. Because I know, see, I got a little crooked there, right? So let's just even that out. Even this out so that this all matches up. So now we have like a tall kind of card. And then I think kind of like him on the back here, because he's able to stand on that bit of ground, and he stands out more. So yeah, I'm going to put him there. Yeah. Okay. And then maybe what we could do is a little bit of like found, poetry kind of from this. Let's see if I can find something. Searching for the sounds of a log hollowed out and placed upright. To this end another. Perhaps you have noticed Okay, so there's not a lot on this page, but let's see what we have. Searching for the sounds of a log hollowed out and placed upright. To this end, another. And perhaps you have noticed. So what about perhaps you have noticed searching for the sounds of a log hollowed out and placed upright. To this end, another. That's just poetic, right? So let's go with it. I love finding fun book page verse. It's just always a lot of fun. You always end up with some kind of a, like a thoughtful message, or like a deep kind of philosophical feeling, it's great. So when I do this, I just kind of, add my pencil line a little closer to the line below what I want to cut out, so I don't add a lot of pencil on the bit that I'm cutting. Okay. Trying to decide if there's going to be any days left to go skating this year. It's going to be cold enough that probably outside skating will still be okay for a few more days. I do have a membership to all the local rec centers here to go skating anyways, but it's always nice to skate outside. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fun. I was thinking about, for March break, I wanted to go visit my in-laws in the US, but to be completely honest, I'm just really not feeling super safe traveling right now into the US. I just want to stay put for now. I just have this weird gut feeling about it. Just stay put. Follow your gut. Now we want to make like a few little pockets here. Okay. I do not like the end of that pocket, the way the paper changes color. I think I'm going to shorten it and then still make it a triangle pocket. Yeah, that's better. Just like how that looks better for some reason. And I've got these little bits here as well. Maybe we'll go with this little bee. All the fussy cutting today. Hoping I can finish reading my book today so I can start another new book. So I'll probably read in the car while we go on a little road trip today. I think I might go out and try to find my my shelving solution that I want for my paper cabinet. I have this whole very specific idea, so I'm not sure I'm going to find exactly what I'm looking for, but I think I can build it myself. And I might just get a dresser as the base, and then I can build onto it. I have a lot of furniture like that in my house that I've kind of I've co-opted some kind of old furniture, and then I've used that furniture to build slightly different furniture. I especially love building with dresser drawers. Oh, they're so good for so many things. It's really good. This needs like a little bit of, where is it? Little bit of right there. That yellow mustard seed that I like, that I just got this. I got it at Michael's. They were clearing out all the Tim Holtz. I'm afraid next time I go there it's going to be all gone, because I don't know, Michael's is kind of a hot mess these days in terms of like what they are selling. I think because I'm not like a Cry-Cut user or Cricut, whatever, I just don't find much useful stuff there. Like, I think if you're into Cricut, they've got tons of that stuff, but I am not into that because I don't have a machine, and I'm not sure that I want to get one. I'm I feel like that's another whole learning curve that I just don't have time at the moment for that kind of learning curve. Okay, that's that one. Fun little bee pocket. And we need another pocket. This one, I think I might use one of my snippets on, because that would just make a fun pocket. Probably stitch around it. We'll see. I'm just gonna basically do that, because I think I'll stitch around the 3. And that'll be grungy and interesting. Whoops, I'll fix that in a sec. Or do I need to? Let me just do this. Yeah, we don't even need to. So that's that one. And this pocket, what does it want? Do I have anything lying around here that would be a good... Nope. Gonna look in my bits and bobs here. That could be fun. Yeah, let's do it. And then what I will do is probably back this whole thing on the brown paper. Like so. Cut like a little bit of an edge around the whole thing. And that'll give us a more free-form kind of shape. Yeah. Okay, and then this pocket, and again, I'm not super in love with the meeting of those two papers, although this one doesn't seem to really annoy me as much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to get over it. Then, want a word snippet though. Mushrooms. Some comical twists and turns. Eyes to the bright sunlight. That works. That here, and then we got this little bit of strawberry plant there, and then I'm going to do something with this. Okay, let's straighten this out. That one's fine. Make a little botanical label for right there. Yep. Then, not that one, this one, we're going to ink around. Just reglue that. I'm not going to tear it off because I like the line it creates And then we're going to ink right on over that. And then, whoops, where did I put that yellow ink? Right here. We need a little of it as well. Just on the top of this. Just to add a little pop of yellow. Okay. Good, good. Scraps. Now this maybe. Hurt no living thing, ladybird nor butterfly, nor moth with dusty wing, nor cricket chirping cheerily, nor grasshopper so light of leap, nor dancing gnat, nor beetle fat, nor harmless worms that creep. Christina Rossetti. I love that. I'm not really into the illustration style of this. I mean, I like this the most of this whole thing. Where the slanting forest eaves, shingled light with greenest leaves, sweep the scented meadow sedge, let us snoop along the edge, let us pry in hidden nooks, laden with our nature books, scaring birds with happy cries, chloroforming butterflies, what? Rooting up each woodland plant, pinning needle, fly and ant, so we may identify what we've ruined by and by. Oh, that's deep. And also, I think an important verse, I mean, not one that I see myself wanting to use, but like I think it really, it shows how we hopefully as society have changed and how we do things, you know. I make it a point doing nature study with my kids to always make sure that they don't, you know, hurt anything or capture anything or any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's these are poems about the perils of our environment. A planet doesn't explode of itself, said dryly the Martian astronomer, gazing off into the air. That they were able to do it is proof that highly intelligent beings must have been living there. Well, isn't that a poem for our times? I hope you're seeing this, Elon Musk, as you space junk our entire orbit. Okay. I'm going to just leave the stressful things behind. And I'm going to work with this because I think it's quite a lovely message. And we'll leave Elon Musk here behind and we'll move along. All right, so let's just glue this whole surface down. Okay. Then we will have this, and I'll leave just a little bit of the brown paper around the edge because it's nice. And I think what I'll do with this is at the end, I'll stitch around it and I'll fold it into a lovely little booklet that will have a verse on one side and the image on another. I think I was overcomplicating things a little bit, worrying about how to, you know, collage all this. But I think, honestly, that's just thought it'd be really cute as a little booklet. So set it aside and we'll move on to the next thing. Now, this has had me thinking with the crows. So like, I think I really like this one in the front. Maybe these two, actually. I'd love to put them in the front of this. So let's just trim them off of this and then we'll think about how to use the rest of it. So we'll fussy cut again. Get these out. I think I've told you guys this before. For those of you who've been around, you might remember. But when I was pregnant with my daughter, for several months I had to be on bed rest because I had a weird pregnancy complication where they didn't know if it could cause me to go into labor early or not. For some women it's normal, but for others it can be not normal. So because it was my first baby, they wanted me to be careful. So these days they don't normally do a whole lot of bed rest because it's really impactful on the body, and I can certainly attest to that for myself. I'm probably going to be recovering still for years from what that caused for me. But anyhow, you know what I might do with the legs is I might actually like have them kind of come off the bottom. I don't know. We'll see. I hate fussy cutting bird toes. That's what it is. So let's just kind of not. Let's just kind of do the needful at the moment. But anyways, while I was doing that, I actually had an Autobahn bird book. And I fussy cut out, I mean, very, very specifically, very fussy, every single bird in this humongous bird book. While I would like watch movies, I would just fussy cut these birds, and I ended up using them in the nursery. I painted my daughter's nursery, now my son's bedroom, still the same paint on the wall, with birch trees that I made. I painted white, and you know how birch trees have that papery bark that turns a little gray? I used book page for that gray. So little strips of book page that I would tear, and then I decoupaged them on the wall, and then I've decoupaged all these different birds all over the wall on branches of these birch trees. And my son really loves birds. He loves the Bird Buddy app, and he often is in his room talking about the different birds on his wall. So, although I gotta admit, I sometimes look at them and I know, you know, that the design on the wall there is going to be temporary, and I think, how could I possibly get these birds off? Thought about trying to steam one off to see if it would work, but I suspect it won't because I went over top of them in Mod Podge. Like I really, really stuck them on there. So they might be a permanent feature. Now I might need, just because of the way, the way these birds are, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to separate them so that I can kind of put them in a way that I'm going to like their placement. And it's, yeah, that'll be fine to have. Yeah, okay, so let's get to just gluing them down, because once I get them glued down, I think it'll be easier to understand what I'm trying to do here. I'll use the rest of this paper, just a scrap here, to do my gluing on. So this one will be more in the background a little bit. Excuse me. Yesterday when I was out, there was some kind of a scent in this one store I was in that really made me very sneezy, and I felt a little sneezy since then. Although I woke up really early today, so I'm kind of yawning a bit. I apologize. I've picked a good week to take a rest, to take some time off. I really kind of need it. Just want to sleep in and enjoy some time to myself. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I want that kind of going off there. There we go. I have to deal with all these birds' feet. Okay, just getting this gluey paper off my finger. One sec. There we go. Glued, glued, glued. Now we will go and trim So I woke up this morning feeling very like it's spring, feeling quite happy, and the sun was out and all that, and yeah, I think spring is sending me some internal signs that it's on its way, and I could not be more delighted. I'm kind of tired of winter now. I was a trooper all winter. I didn't really complain a lot. Not those, I think. So guess what's coming, guys? Junk journal round robin. I accidentally printed this too big, so I'm using it as a scrap. It was so funny. First I printed it too small, which you'll see in a second. Then I printed it too big. And then I remembered, oh yeah, like I printed this a specific size because I wanted one of these for my, you know, my cards that I hold up at the beginning of videos when I do certain series. I wanted one for that, but I just kept printing things the wrong size. So here it is too small, and here it is too big. And I do actually have one printed correctly that I will use. But that's okay, we'll use up this scrap paper. Good. Now, I think I'll use black soot as the ink around here. This will just be like a nice big journal card. Flatten that all out. Perfect. Okay. Then we have this bit here. And I'm guessing we could probably make that look real nice with some birds. That would be fun. I'm sort of thinking I just tear like a bit of a gritty edge on this. I think what I'll do is just from here down, I cut that off, get rid of this beak that's attached to nothing anymore. That's what we want. Okay, so then this can go in here, fly around the back, and we'll get that bird on the back. Where is my glue book? I was using it for poetry. I know it's been here, right? How funny how things just kind of like migrate into a space where it's like, let's put a couple things away. Maybe that will help me. Put those away. Move that and that. Get rid of some scraps. Put the pencil away. Did it fall in the recycle bin? No, but I do have this. I can use this actually. This is from goodies that Mary Ellen sent me, so why don't we use that up? Also, because magazines, especially like ones that you know, don't find precious, are great to use for this kind of thing. So here we go. Birds, burbs. Line that up like that. Perfectly. Smooth bird on the back. And smooth these guys down. Nice. And then I had like a cute label for the bottom here. What do I have? would need to be inked. Yeah, I like that there. Good. Clean that edge up just a bit. Ink around the bit of this brown. Then I think I'll grab a little piece of fabric from my bin over here. I've got the perfect kind of thing, I think. Some of this. A little thinner. And that can go on here up at the top when we stitch. Okay. Not a lot left. I think I'll probably use from this page, make a little journal card with that, very simply. And these I think are kind of cut a little funny. I don't really want to use those. But what I'm going to do is just glue this. I'm actually going to glue it on here because I don't think I want to use these bits, but I'll use the paper to thicken this. And again, cut that out. And then we have this bit. I'd like to keep that fun little logo on the back of here because it's all kind of like vintage, right? Vintage Reader's Digest magazines. So again, we'll glue. Yeah, I think, hold on, let's just cut that down. I like the kind of Art Nouveau feel to it, but what I'm going to do is just capture just the top of it. I'm going to look in the light here so I see what I get there, what I get. So it's going to go to about there, right under that kind of horse here. There's Pegasus. So then we can come in and actually just cut this out neatly. Gotta be careful, I don't want to crush that edge. And then on back, we get that fun little Art Nouveau kind of detail there. And that's just a fun little journal card. So I've used up all the stuff, but I do have to do some stitching. Oh, I do have these birds. We should do something with them. You know what? I've got, I have a little like leftover extra card in here. So why don't we do that? We'll glue that on here. This is from a collage board that was just, I used like half of it and threw the rest into my scraps. So yeah, I like this side best. So we'll use this side. It's more neutral feeling. Okay, so I had to change my battery there for a second. That one there. Just gonna clip that corner. trim the bag off the top here. All right, then we need to decide, does this need anything else on this? Let's see. I'm not going to clip all that back. I'm going to kind of leave it after I've sewn. I do have fun labels for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll add that one. And then Great Expectations. That would be fun. Okay, and then I'll use that scrap of blue that I had left over up here as well. So yeah, maybe even another piece of it, because this one seems a little small for this tag, so we'll use a larger piece actually. Okay, so I will do my stitching and come on back and show you everything we made here together. Okay, stitching is done and we have made a total of 16 pieces today. So first is this fun little corset little journal card. And then our 3 tags of these vintage, photo girls. Then our Marie Antoinette tag here, stitched with some fabric on top. And then that little journal card did some fun stitching in yellow and blue around the edge, so it's a lot of fun. And that little journal tag with all the stitching on it. The stationery with that poetry that we created. And 4 little pockets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That little booklet. Of course, the crows in front of that steeple. And then the 2 bird tags here. So I just added a little book spy there because I realized that we had a sort of a half a bird hanging out there, and I don't like to do that. So this is our collection for today. I think it was a lot of fun. I like what got made. I think my favorite is probably the vintage photo tags that I created of that big photo. I really, really love those. I think they're going to be a nice addition. So thank you for joining me today for Tuesday 10, and I will talk to you all again very soon. I'll probably be around with a lot of videos this week because I'm taking this lovely week off. So take care, y'all. Bye for now.